Assalamualaikum students, welcome to your foundation school system. This is class 9 physics. In our previous lecture we discussed about laws of motion. We discussed 3 laws of motion and their applications, and today we are going to discuss about mass and weight. So we must know what is mass and what is weight, and then we discuss the difference between mass and weight. Now let's see what is mass. Actually, the mass is the quantity of matter possessed by a body. We see different objects around us. Every body around us has its own mass. The mass depends upon the composition of body. Composition of body means atoms, molecules, or the particles present in the body from which a body is made up. So mass depends upon the number of atoms, number of molecules, or the number of particles present in an object. So mass is a scalar quantity and it does not change with the change of place. It remains same everywhere. Either we are on Earth or on the moon or some other planet. So mass is also a base quantity and its SI unit is kilogram. And how can we measure mass? Mass is measured by beam balance using some standard masses. In this diagram you can see that two panes of this beam balance. One pane, a standard mass of known mass is kept, and the other pane on the mass unknown object is kept. By comparison, the mass of this unknown object can be found. So mass is equals to the number of atoms or number of molecules or the number of particles present in a body. Mass is a scalar quantity. It does not change with the change of place. It remains same everywhere. Its SI unit is kilogram and it is measured by the comparison of standard masses using beam balance, and its unit is kilogram. Now let's see what is weight. Actually, the weight is equals to the force of gravity with which the earth attracts a body towards its center. Actually, the weight is equals to the force of gravity, due to which every body moves towards the center of the earth. Weight is equals to the force of gravity, and F is equals to the W, and it means that weight and it is equals to mg. Weight depends upon the gravitational acceleration g and the mass of the object. It is vector quantity and it varies as we move away from Earth due to the decrease in the gravitational acceleration. It changes with the change of place. It is derived quantity and its SI unit is Newton, as same as the unit of force, and it is measured by the spring balance. Here spring balance is shown. So weight can be determined with the help of spring balance. Weight is equals to the force of gravity. It is vector quantity and its SI unit is Newton. Let's see the comparison of mass and weight. Mass is the quantity of matter and weight is the force of gravity. Mass is scalar, weight is vector. Mass remains same everywhere and weight vary from place to place. SI unit of mass is kilogram and SI unit of weight is Newton. Mass depends upon the amount of matter and weight depends upon the value of g. Mass is measured by beam balance and weight is measured by spring balance. So this is all about mass and weight. If you have any problem regarding mass and weight, you can ask me in comment section. Next, we discuss about tension and acceleration in a string. In this diagram you can see a block of some mass attached with a string, and string is attached with a fixed support. So in this case, the weight of this block is acting in downward direction. As a reaction of this weight, a tension in the string is produced. So we are going to learn about this tension in the string. If we move this block, then acceleration produced in the string, and we are going to discuss about this acceleration also. Tension and acceleration in a string. We have two cases for the calculation of tension and acceleration in a string. First, case 1, when both the objects attached with a string moves vertically. In this diagram you can see two bodies of mass m1 and m2 attached with a string, and this string passes over a frictionless pulley. When these two masses moves, acceleration produced in the string, a tension is also present in the string. We are going to calculate the acceleration in the string and the tension in the string. So the first case, is we discussed in our today's lecture, and the case 2 discussed by in our next lecture. Now, case 1 says that when both objects move vertically, I told you that this arrangement is also known as Atwood machine. In this diagram, you can see that two masses of M1 and M2. The mass of M1 is greater than M2. Since M1 is greater than M2, that's why mass M1 moves downward and M2 moves upward. As a result, an acceleration produced in this string, and a tension T is also present in the string. Now let's see the forces acting on the object A. Since the mass or weight of object M1 is greater than the tension, that's why net force on M1 is equals to weight minus tension. Since weight is greater than tension, so M1G minus T, weight minus tension. Applying second law of motion, net force is equals to M1A. So we are applying second law on mass M1, that's why F is equals to net force on object A is equals to M1A. So M1A is equals to M1G minus T. This is our equation number 1. Now net force acting on the object B. Since the mass of object B is smaller and it moves upward, tension in this case is greater. That's why net force on M2 is equals to T minus M2G. Net force on B is equals to T minus M2G. Applying second law of motion, net force is equals to M2A. So M2A is equals to T minus M2G. This is our equation number 2. We use these two equations and calculate the tension and acceleration in the string. First of all, we are going towards the calculation of acceleration. For calculating acceleration, adding equation 1 and equation 2. M1G minus T plus T minus M2G is equals to M1A plus M2A. Since minus T and plus T cancel out with each other, so M1G minus M2G is equals to M1A plus M2A. In this case, G is common in two quantities, and in this case A is common in two quantities. Taking G as common, so M1 minus M2 into G, and from here taking A for common as common, so M1 plus M2 into A. So we are going to calculate acceleration. So M1 plus M2 is multiplying with acceleration, then we move this quantity towards left hand side, it is divided. So A is equals to M1 minus M2 into G divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the acceleration produced in the string when the mass M1 moves downward and M2 moves upward. So this is the acceleration which produced in the string, and it is equal to M1 minus M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into G. Next, we move towards the calculation of tension. For calculation of tension, we dividing equation 2 by equation 1. So M1A is over M2A is equal to M1G minus T divided by T minus M2G. We multiply, cross multiply M1 into T minus M2G. M1 here, A is cancel out with A, so M1 into T minus M2G and M2 into M1G minus T. Multiplying M1 with both quantities, M1T minus M1 M2 into G. Here M1 M2 into G minus M2G. Taking quantity involving T on one side of equality and quantity involving G on the other side of equality. This quantity is here, it is subtracting. When we move it towards left hand side, it is added, and this quantity here it is subtracting, and when we move it towards right hand side, it is added. So M1T plus M2T is equals to M1 M2G plus M1 M2G. Taking T as common, and here M1 M2G plus M1 M2G is equals to 2M1 M2G. We are going to calculate tension, and here M1 M2 is multiplying. When we shift it towards right hand side, it is divided, and we get tension as 2M1 M2G divided by M1 plus M2. This is the tension in the string, and this apparatus is also called Atwood machine, and it is used to calculate the acceleration due to gravity. So Atwood machine involving acceleration A is equals to m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into g, and tension T is equals to 2m1 m2 g divided by m1 plus m2 g. This arrangement is also used to calculate acceleration due to gravity g. From this expression you can calculate g as m1 plus m2 into a divided by m1 minus m2. If you have any problem regarding this lecture, you can ask me in comment section. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.